Hello and welcome to Will It Horse, the show where I'm going to take a weapon or hunting tool from history that isn't normally associated with a horse and with my wonderful assistant, the equine variety, see if you can use it on horseback. Right, we're going to take a look at the pellet bow. So for anyone that didn't see it, pellet bow, stone bow, a bow with a pouch that we place a pellet or stone into and shoot. So a bow with no arrow. Now, when I've experimented with these before, it's always come up that they are probably more of a hunting tool than anything else. Birds, small game, that sort of thing, I can definitely see them working for. Warfare, absolutely not. It's going to get trumped by an arrow every single time. So yeah, we will go and get some equine assistance and see what happens. Okay, we're back and all prepped to have a look at the stone bow and ask Will It Horse. Joined again by my long-suffering, very glamorous assistant, Clumpy. He's just going to walk up the run for us and we're going to see if it works nice and slow. He's a good fella. So again, as with anything, if you're going to do it on a horse, you need to be able to do it really quite well on the ground. And then you need a horse that is going to be confident with your weird and wonderful shenanigans. Again, Clump, I can feel your eyes rolling. I can hear it. Audible eye roll. So off we go. I'm going to get stood up again. I like being stood up. I quite like my nice light seat for this sort of stuff. So I got a rock loaded. And we're going to go over there. Not bad. Roughly where I was pointing it. As with all things I do with stones, I'm not going to go for the target because I don't want to bounce back. I will be deliberately missing. Very much sounds like I'm tooting my own horn when I do that, like I could hit it if I was trying. So let's just go nice and high over the target. I see no issues with this. Magic of editing, I'll get myself back down to the start and we shall see what happens when we apply a little bit of speed. All right then, Clumpy. Once more with feeling. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm having to refilm this because rather annoyingly my camera died while I was doing the end. So, the stone bow on horseback. No glamorous assistant, he's gone back. Stone bow on horseback. It is a perfectly viable way to use a stone bow. Shooting it on the back of a horse isn't particularly much more challenging than shooting any other type of bow off a horse. It's a little bit more fiddly to load, but possibly that's just lack of practice on my part. But this does bring us to the question of why would you do it? And that, I think, is harder to answer. As a simple hunting tool, yeah, it works quite well, but the minute you bring a horse into that, you up the amount of noise you're making, you're not surprising, you're going to be quite obvious. So the whole idea of using it for poaching or somewhere where you don't really want them to know you've been hunting, again, kind of disappears because it's kind of hard to miss a horse. So I think while perfectly possible and usable on a horse, it doesn't become any more viable on a battlefield than it was anyway, which wasn't very. And from a hunting perspective, you maybe use it hunting birds, possibly from horseback, but that seems very niche in the grand scheme of things. And I think overall, while definitely will horse, not the best option and not the most useful. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.